7th, 1990, the federal government orchestrated a surprise raid on the nation of Yahweh. The raid encompassed 5 states, during which time everyone from senior citizens to preschool children found themselves at gunpoint. Both males and females were handcuffed, strip searched, and forced to lay in the streets. There was no resistance. No weapons were found. No drugs were found. In fact, there was nothing illegal found at all. Yahweh ben Yahweh and 60 of his followers were arrested and held without bond pending trial. And quite frankly, if you believe the presumption of innocence, and that is that a person is innocent until proven guilty, then what occurs now is you have people who are being jailed, who are presumed innocent, and yet are being held in prison awaiting trial. You still have the right bail, provided that you're not within a certain class of people. But in reality, in federal cases, there is no right bail anymore. It's gone.
Attorney General Jan Reno has always said just a prosecutor's first obligation is to make sure that innocent people are not charged. This prosecution tore up the lives of innocent people.
On January 6, 1992, the case of the United States of America versus Yahweh ben Yahweh went to trial in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. This contains a listing of the key evidence that clearly shows Yahweh ben Yahweh is innocent, like the fact that no physical evidence was ever found that directly links Yahweh ben Yahweh to the commission of a crime. In both the federal and the state cases, Robert Rozier, a pathological liar, confessed serial killer, nicknamed Lying Bob, and paid informant, escaped death in the electric chair by agreeing to testify against Yahweh ben Yahweh. The case of the United States of America versus Yahweh ben Yahweh was built around the testimony of one man, and that one man was Robert Lying Bob Rozier. Robert Rozier is a known drug user. In fact, we have sworn testimony that proves he repeatedly smoked crack cocaine. Robert Rozier is an admitted liar. Robert Rozier is the confessed murderer of 7 people. Ralph DeLoach, former teammate of Robert Rozier's, former roommate of Robert Rozier's, testified at trial, and I quote, "Bobby could tell bold-faced, straight-out lies that earned him the nickname Lying Bob in college. Robert Rozier abandoned his wife and young children. No one, not even Rozier's parents, would testify on behalf of his character during the trials. As a reward for testifying against Yahweh ben Yahweh, Robert Lying Bob Rozier was paid by the government and was awarded a mere 22-year sentence after pleading guilty to killing 4 people, thus avoiding the electric chair. And after serving only 7 of those 22 years, Robert Lying Bob Rozier is up for parole any day now, and he'll enter the federal government's witness protection program. Please note that this man, Robert Lying Bob Rozier, is the key witness of the government against Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Robert Rozier, who admitted under oath, and I believed every word of this, that he stabbed someone who came up to him and touched him as he was urinating in the bushes one day 22 times with a knife for touching him on the back while he was urinating, for tapping him on the shoulder while he was taking a leak in the bushes. Stabbed the man 22 times. Who testified under oath that he followed 2 homosexuals in their apartment in Coconut Grove and actually pinned one of them to the wall with his knife as he was murdering both of them. Who testified time after killing people with his own hands and without any degree of remorse. Yeah, he'll be out next year. And then he's going to get a free ride. And all because he was able to put Yahweh ben Yahweh in prison.
What are the consequences for Robert Rozier? A year for murder. Year for murder. Federal Witness Protection Program. He's going to be relocated re-identified and living as somebody's next door neighbor. Robert Rozier.
Because he's under the Witness Protection Program, he will be supported by the federal government until he's relocated in somewhere back into civilian society under a fictitious name. He'll probably get some sort of federal job, postman maintenance, janitor at the post office. There's some towns they can't send him to. There's other places they can. But he's on the public dole for probably the rest of his life. He'll be paying for Bob's meals and for his car and for his cocktails. Under somebody else's name, of course.
But clearly, a lot of individuals that were prosecuted and pretrial detained were done so on the evidence brought forth by Robert Rozier.
Mr. Rozier was obviously the common thread that sort of wove the fabric of the prosecution's case.
It all comes from the testimony of one person, a man named Robert Rozier, a former Yahweh, who is a confessed murderer of 4 people. And in exchange for a 22-year sentence for 4 murders, he promised the FBI that he could bring in Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Robert Rozier is your worst nightmare. He is a violent, cold, calculating, cocky man. So he made his lies fit their version. He read every document, he reviewed every report, he reviewed every sworn statement of every piece of evidence against him. He knew what the police knew. The state wants you to think that was corroboration. It wasn't corroboration. He knew about it before he ever started talking. So he made his lies fit their version. He saw crime scene photos. While he's sitting in jail, Robert Rozier was desperate, destitute, and facing death. And he does what comes naturally. He lied.
And Robert Rozier made statements that were truly outrageous. Robert Rozier, why is it that you could believe that he'll kill you, but you won't believe he'll lie to you? Robert Rozier had, I believe, good reason to lie because of the sentence he was given and the opportunity he was given to get out earlier. Yeah, he was 22 years for 4 murders, and he admitted to 3 other murders. It was argued to the jury, and what the government stated is that on the prior occasions that Robert Rozier